Today's Behind the Artist is about Steve Maragos of Cocoon Imaging. Let me tell you a little bit about him. Steve kept up on photography news for a long time before actually investing in some gear and starting out by photographing gatherings of his family and friends and attending some workshops and one-on-one tutoring with another photographer. Steve is in an interesting situation. His brother is a hairstylist and his brother's wife is a makeup artist, so they work together a lot. In fact, they all have the Cocoon name in their business titles. In addition to those high fashion or editorial style photos, he does product photography and is getting into fitness related photography. Let's take a look at some of his work. This first photo really showcases the model's makeup. This could be an advertisement for the makeup or maybe even some cool nightclub. You all probably know my affinity for aggressive cropping, and it is definitely a popular choice in fashion magazines. This shot is another one that is quite editorial. Having something in front of the model's face can be so interesting. I feel like everything here is perfectly placed. The netting, the hair, the tilt of the model's head. It's a beautiful portrait that could easily be put amongst the pages of a high fashion spread. This kind of takes the low-key look and turns it around. He's got a blown-out background and a silhouette. There is absolutely nothing that I don't like about this image. I love the cropping. I love how the model's body is positioned. I can only assume that she is or was a dancer at some point. Again, we're looking at that editorial and very artistic kind of photo. Like, this could possibly have worked as a full body shot, but narrowing the viewer's, view creates a really interesting photo. On to one of Steve's product photos. He's still using that closely cropped look, really focusing in on the watch's brand name. I feel like, again, I could see this in the pages of a magazine. Now for something completely different. Here's a landscape, beautiful and peaceful. I adore how Steve takes risks in how he frames his images. He mentioned that he peruses fashion magazines for inspiration, and it definitely shows. I mean, his work is technically beautiful, right? I mean, his use of light and shadow, everything's in focus, but there's a creativity and an edginess that makes for beautifully interesting images. For those of you that would like to see more, I've included a link to this Flickr gallery of his in the description of this video. And thank you, Steve, for letting me show off your work.